Governor-General. A Governor-General, in modern usage, is the title of an office-holder appointed to represent the monarch of a sovereign state in the governing of an independent realm. Governors-General have also previously been appointed in respect of major colonial states or other territories held by either a monarchy or republic, such as French Indochina. Current uses. In modern usage, the term Governor-General originated in those British colonies which became self-governing within the British Empire. Before World War I, the title was used only in federated colonies in which each of the previously constituent colonies of these federated colonies already had a governor, namely Canada, Australia, and the Union of South Africa. In these cases, the Crown's representative in the federated dominion was given the superior title of Governor-General. The first exception to this rule was New Zealand, which was granted dominion status in 1907, but it was not until the 28th of June 1917 that Arthur Foljambe, 2nd Earl of Liverpool, was appointed the first Governor-General of New Zealand. Another non-federal state, Newfoundland, was a dominion for 16 years, with the King's representative retaining the title of Governor throughout this time. Since 2016, the title Governor-General has been given to all representatives of the sovereign in independent Commonwealth realms. In these cases, the former office of colonial governor was altered to become Governor-General upon independence, as the nature of the office became an entirely independent constitutional representative of the monarch rather than a symbol of previous colonial rule. In these countries, the Governor-General acts as the monarch's representative, performing the ceremonial and constitutional functions of a head of state. The only other nation which uses the Governor-General designation is Iran, which has no connection with any monarchy of the Commonwealth. In Iran, the provincial authority is headed by a Governor-General, who is appointed by the Minister of the Interior. British colonialism and the Governors-General. Until the 1920s, Governors-General were British subjects, appointed on the advice of the British government, who acted as agents of the British government in each dominion, as well as being representatives of the monarch. As such, they notionally held the prerogative powers of the monarch, and also held the executive power of the country to which they were assigned. The Governor-General could be instructed by the Colonial Secretary on the exercise of some of his functions and duties, such as the use or withholding of the royal assent from legislation. History shows many examples of Governors-General using the prerogative and executive powers. The monarch or imperial government could overrule any Governor-General, though this could often be cumbersome, due to remoteness of the territories from London. The Governor-General was also usually the Commander-in-Chief of the armed forces in his or her territory, and, because of the Governor-General's control of the military, the post was as much a military appointment as a civil one. The Governors-General are entitled to wear a unique uniform, which are not generally worn today. If of the rank of Major General, equivalent or above, they were entitled to wear that military uniform. Modern Commonwealth realms. Following the Imperial Conference, and subsequent issuing of the Balfour Declaration in 1926, the role and responsibilities of the Governor-General began to shift, reflecting the increased independence of the dominions, as the sovereign came to be regarded as monarch of each territory independently, and, as such, advised only by the ministers of each country in regard to the country's national affairs. So too did the Governor-General become a direct representative of the national monarch only, who no longer answered to the British government. The report resulting from the 1926 Imperial Conference stated, quote, It is an essential consequence of the equality of status existing among the members of the British Commonwealth of Nations that the Governor-General of a Dominion is the representative of the Crown, holding in all essential respects the same position in relation to the administration of public affairs in the Dominion as is held by His Majesty, the King in Great Britain, and that he is not the representative or agent of His Majesty's government in Great Britain or of any department of that government. These concepts were entrenched in legislation with the enactment of the Statute of Westminster in 1931, and governmental relations with the United Kingdom were placed in the hands of a British High Commissioner in each country. In other words, the political reality of a self-governing dominion within the British Empire with a Governor-General answerable to the sovereign became clear. British interference in the Dominion was not acceptable and independent country status was clearly displayed. Canada, Australia, and New Zealand were clearly not controlled by the United Kingdom. The monarch of these countries is in law Queen of Canada, Queen of Australia, and Queen of New Zealand, and only acts on the advice of the ministers in each country and is in no way influenced by the British government. Today, therefore, in former British colonies which are now independent Commonwealth realms, the Governor-General is constitutionally the representative of the monarch in his or her state and may exercise the reserve powers of the monarch according to their own constitutional authority. The Governor-General, however, is still appointed by the monarch and takes an oath of allegiance to the monarch of their own country. Executive authority is also vested in the monarch, though much of it can be exercisable only by the Governor-General on behalf of the sovereign of the independent realm. Letters of credence or letters of recall are now sometimes received or issued in the name of the monarch, though in some countries, such as Canada and Australia, the letters of credence and recall are issued in the name of the Governor-General alone. At diplomatic functions where the Governor-General is present, the visiting diplomat, a head of state, toasts the King or the Queen of the relevant realm, not the Governor-General, with any reference to the Governor-General being subsidiary in later toasts if featuring at all, and will involve a toast to them by name, not office. Except in rare cases, the Governor-General only acts in accordance with constitutional convention and upon the advice of the national Prime Minister. The Governor-General is still the local representative of the sovereign and performs the same duties as they carried out historically, though the role is almost purely ceremonial. Rare and controversial exceptions occurred in 1926, when Canadian Governor-General the Viscount Byng of Vimy refused Prime Minister Mackenzie King's request for a dissolution of Parliament in 1953, and 1954 when the Governor-General of Pakistan, Ghulam Muhammad, staged a constitutional coup against the Prime Minister and then the Constituent Assembly, and in 1975, when the Governor-General of Australia, Sir John Kerr, dismissed the Prime Minister, Gough Whitlam. In some realms, the monarch could in principle overrule a Governor-General, but this has not happened in modern times. In Australia, the present Queen is generally assumed to be head of state, since the Governor-General and the state governors are defined as her representatives. However, since the Governor-General performs almost all national regal functions, the Governor-General has occasionally been referred to as head of state in political and media discussion. To a lesser extent, uncertainty has been expressed in Canada as to which officeholder, the monarch, the Governor-General, or both, can be considered the head of state. The Governor-General is usually a person with a distinguished record of public service, often a retired politician, judge, or military commander, but some countries have also appointed prominent academics, members of the clergy, philanthropists, or figures from the news media to the office. Traditionally, the Governor-General's official attire was a unique uniform, but this practice has been abandoned except on occasions when it is appropriate to be worn. In South Africa, the Governor-General of the Union of South Africa, nominated by the Afrikaner nationalist government, chose not to wear uniform on any occasion. Most Governors-General continue to wear appropriate medals on their clothing when required. The Governor-General's official residence is usually called Government House. The Governor-General of the Irish Free State resided in the Viceregal Lodge in Phoenix Park, Dublin, but the government of Eamon de Valera sought to downgrade the office, and the last Governor-General, Domnall Buashala, did not reside there. The office was abolished there in 1936. In most Commonwealth realms, the flag of the Governor-General has been the standard pattern of a blue field with the royal crest above a scroll with the name of the jurisdiction. In Canada, however, this was replaced with a crowned lion clasping a maple leaf. In the Solomon Islands, the scroll was replaced with a two-headed frigate bird motif, while in Fiji, the former Governor-General's flag featured a whale's tooth. In New Zealand, the flag was replaced in 2008 with the shield of the coat of arms of New Zealand surmounted by a crown on a blue field. Governors-General are accorded the style of His/Her Excellency. This style is also extended to the spouses, whether female or male. Appointment. Until the 1920s, the Governors-General were British, and appointed on the advice of the British government. Following the changes to the structure of the Commonwealth in the late 1920s, in 1929, the Australian Prime Minister James Cullen established the right of a Dominion Prime Minister to advise the monarch directly on the appointment of a Governor-General, by insisting that his choice prevail over the recommendation of the British government. The convention was gradually established throughout the Commonwealth that the Governor-General would be a citizen of the country concerned, and would be appointed on the advice of the government of that country, with no input from the British government. Governor-General of Canada since 1952 and Governor-General of New Zealand since 1967. Since 1931, as each former Dominion has patriated its constitution from the UK, the convention has become law, and no government of any realm can advise the monarch on any matter pertaining to another realm, including the appointment of a Governor-General. The monarch appoints a Governor-General as a personal representative only on the advice of the Prime Minister of each realm. The Governor-General of Canada is appointed by the Queen of Canada on the advice of the Canadian Prime Minister. The Governor-General of Australia is appointed by the Queen of Australia on the advice of the Australian Prime Minister, and the Governor-General of New Zealand is appointed by the Queen of New Zealand on the advice of the New Zealand Prime Minister. In Papua New Guinea and the Solomon Islands, the Prime Minister's advice is based on the result of a vote in the national parliament. The formalities for appointing Governors-General are not the same in all the realms. For example, when appointed, a Governor-General of Australia issues a proclamation in his own name, countersigned by the head of government and under the Great Seal of Australia, formally announcing that he has been appointed by the Monarch's Commission, previously issued also under the Great Seal of Australia. The practice in Canada is to include in the Governor-General's proclamation of appointment, issued under the Great Seal of Canada, the Monarch's Commission naming the Governor-General as Commander-in-Chief of the Canadian Forces, also dissimilar among the realms of the powers of Governors-General. The Australian Constitution provides that the Command-in-Chief of the Defence Forces is vested in the Governor-General, while the Command-in-Chief of the Canadian Naval and Military Forces remains vested in the monarch by whom the Governor-General is commissioned. Commonwealth countries with a Governor-General other attributes. Different realms have different constitutional arrangements governing who acts in place of the Governor-General. Governor-General in the event of his or her death, resignation, or incapacity. In Australia, an administrator of the Commonwealth may be appointed to perform the necessary official functions, pending a decision by the sovereign, on the advice of the Prime Minister, about a permanent replacement as Governor-General. The administrator has usually been the senior state governor. Each state governor normally holds what is known as a dormant commission. There have been cases where a governor has fallen out of favor with the government, causing the dormant commission to be revoked. The most recent example was that of Sir Colin Hanna, governor of Queensland, in 1975. In Canada, Jamaica, and New Zealand, it is the Chief Justice. In Papua New Guinea, it is the Speaker of the House. Many Caribbean countries have a specific office of Deputy Governor-General. Former British colonies. The title has been used in many British colonial entities that either no longer exist or are now independent countries. In the Americas, the Federation of the West Indies, less commonly referred to as the British Caribbean Federation, had a single Governor-General during its short existence, the 3rd of January 1958 to 31 May 1962. The RT. Hon. the first Baron Hales. Newfoundland was administered by British and French potentates of various responsibilities from colonization onward. Newfoundland became a dominion in 1907, with Sir William McGregor representing King Edward VII. The Governor-General at the time of Confederation with Canada in 1949 was Gordon MacDonald. Henceforth the viceregal representative in Newfoundland has been the Lieutenant Governor of Newfoundland, Guyana, the 26th of May 1966 to 16 December 1966. Sir Richard Lewitt, formerly the last colonial governor, the 16th of December 1966 to 10 November 1969. Sir David James Gardner-Rose, the 10th of November 1969 to 22 February 1970. Sir Edward Luck, who succeeded by the first President, Trinidad and Tobago, the 31st of August 1962 to 15 September 1972. Sir Solomon Hotjoy, formerly the last colonial governor, the 15th of September 1972 to 1 August 1976. Sir Ellis Clark. Dominica became a republic on independence in 1978, with a ceremonial president as head of state. In Asia, the British Indian Empire. See also Viceroy. The Dominion of India, Governor-General of India. The Dominion of Pakistan, Governor-General of Pakistan. The Dominion of Ceylon, the Governor-General of Ceylon. In Africa, the 1st of August 1953 to 31 December 1963, the Federation of Rhodesia and Nyasaland, comprising Southern Rhodesia, Northern Rhodesia and Nyasaland. Sudan as Anglo-Egyptian Sudan between 1899 and the 1st of January 1956. Gambia, 2 incumbents, the 18th of February 1965 to 9 February 1966. Sir John Warburton Paul, formerly the last colonial governor, the 9th of February 1966 to 24 April 1970. Sir Fareed Mamadi Singata. The country became a republic with Dawda Jawara, formerly Prime Minister, as executive president. Dominion of Ghana, the 6th of March 1957 to 24 June 1957. Sir Charles Arden Clark, formerly the last colonial governor, the 24th of June 1957 to 1 July 1960. The RT. Hon. the 5th Earl of Listowel. The country became the first in Africa to become a republic within the Commonwealth, with Kwame Nkrumah, formerly Prime Minister, as executive president. Dominion of Kenya. the 12th of December 1963 to 12 December 1964. Malcolm MacDonald, formerly the last colonial governor, the country became a republic with Jomo Kenyatta, formerly Prime Minister, as executive president. Malawi, the 6th of July 1964 to 6 July 1966. Siglin Smallwood Jones, formerly the last colonial governor, the country became a republic with Kamuzu Banda, formerly Prime Minister, as executive president. Mauritius, Sir John Shaw Rennie, formerly the last colonial governor, the country became a republic on the 12th of March 1992 with the last Governor-General Vir Asimi as the first ceremonial president. Dominion of Nigeria, the 1st of October 1960 to 16 November 1960. Sir James Wilson Robertson, non-party, the 16th of November 1960 to 1 October 1963. Benjamin Nnamdi Azikiwe NCNC became first ceremonial president of the Federal Republic. Sierra Leone, the 27th of April 1961 to 27 April 1962. Sir Maurice Henry Dorman, formerly the last colonial governor, the 27th of April 1962 April 1967. Sir Henry Josiah Lightfoot Boston, April 1967 to 18 April 1968. Andrew Terence Jackson Smith, the 18th of April 1968 to 22 April 1968. John Amadou Bangura, the 22nd of April 1968 to 31 March 1971. Banya Tegenzi, the 31st of March 1971 to 19 April 1971. Christopher Cole, briefly first president before being succeeded by Prime Minister Siaka Stevens, who became executive president. South Africa from the 31st of May 1910, when Cape Natal, Orange Free State and Transvaal united as a dominion, until the 31st of May 1961 declaration of the Republic of South Africa. The last Governor-General of the Union of South Africa, Charles Robert Swart, became the first state president of South Africa. Tanganyika, the 9th of December 1961 to 9 December 1962. Sir Richard Gordon Turnbull, formerly the last colonial governor, the country became a republic with Julius Nyerere, formerly Prime Minister, as executive president. Uganda, the 9th of October 1962 to 9 October 1963. Sir Walter Coutts, formerly the last colonial governor, the country became a republic with Edward Mutesa Kabaka of Buganda as ceremonial president. In Rhodesia, a unique situation arose following the unilateral declaration of independence in 1965, unrecognized by the United Kingdom. The Rhodesian Front government of Ian Smith recognized Elizabeth II as Queen of Rhodesia, but refused to recognize the authority of her governor Sir Humphrey Gibbs, whose duties were performed by an officer administering the government, Clifford Dupont. Dupont served in the post until the 2nd of March 1970, when Rhodesia was declared a republic and he became president. The country became an independent republic within the Commonwealth as Zimbabwe on the 18th of April 1980. Zambia and the Seychelles became republics within the Commonwealth on independence. In Asia, India, the 15th of August 1947 to 21 June 1948. Louis Francis Mountbatten, Earl Mountbatten of Burma, formerly the last colonial viceroy, the 21st of June 1948 to 26 January 1950. Chakravarti Rajagopalachari became the first republic within the Commonwealth. Pakistan, the 14th of August 1947 to 11 September 1948. Muhammad Ali Jinnah of the 14th of September December 1948 to 17 October 1951 Kawe Hanatzimuddin, the 17th of October 1951 to 6 October 1955 Ghulam Muhammad, the 6th of October 1955 to 23 March 1956 Iskander Mirza became the first president when Pakistan became an Islamic Republic. Ceylon, the 4th of February 1948 to 6 July 1949 Sir Henry Monk Mason Moore, previously the last colonial governor, the 6th of July 1949 to 17 July 1954 Herwild Ramsbotham, Baron Salisbury, the 17th of July 1954 to 2 March 1962 Sir Oliver Ernest Gunnetalake, the 2nd of March 1962 to 22 May 1972 William Gopalawa became the first President of the Republic of Sri Lanka. In Europe, Irish Free State Governor-General of the Irish Free State Dominion, the 6th of December 1922 until the 29th of December 1937. Malta, the 21st of September 1964 to 4 July 1971 Sir Maurice Henry Dorman, formerly the last colonial governor, the 4th of July 1971 to 13 December 1974 Sir Anthony Joseph Mamo became first president of Malta. Cyprus became a republic on independence. In Oceania, Fiji, the 10th of October 1970 to 13 January 1973 Sir Robert Sidney Foster, formerly the last colonial governor, the 13th of January 1973 to 12 February 1983 Ratu Sir George Kakobau, the 12th of February 1983 to 6 October 1987 Ratu Sir Penagana. It became a republic under a president on the 5th of December 1987. Kiribati and Vanuatu became republics on independence.